Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I am Bob, and we're back for some more Age of Wonders 3. I appreciate your patience with me as I was gone last weekend, but we are back to another 3 episodes that I'll be recording today, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Also want to mention real quick that if you don't see the webcam, it's because I changed my setup a little bit, and I'm hoping everything works. If it's there, then great. What I did worked out. But I'm kind of changing my setup here to try to make things a little bit easier on myself, less moving files around and that kind of thing. So let's get started with the comments for this week. A lot of great feedback from you guys. In fact, there was a ton of stuff for me to read through this weekend. You guys really spoiled me with that. But I did learn a lot, and I think we've got a lot of good things to go over. So for starters, I did get a lot of comments about the like stuff that happened during battles, like specific moves I could have made during specific instances of tactical combat that could have been better. I'm just going to acknowledge up front that, yeah, there's a lot of things I do in tactical combat that probably there was a better option. Generally speaking, I won't be reviewing these things on camera because they're very specific to the situation and context of that battle, where all the units were positioned at the time, that kind of thing. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and delve into the comments. You'll find stuff all the time about moves I could have made that might have been better. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I generally don't cover those on camera, but it's all there in the comments, and like I said, I do read everything you guys put in there, even if it doesn't make it here on camera. Actually, for the comments to go over for this week, actually, we're going to start with Chris Lighthawk. Did correct me, harpoon throwers can immobilize targets, and I could have sworn that they could. The reason that I didn't notice it because I was looking in the wrong place, but if you actually look at units and go to harpoon thrower, you can see Frostling harpoon thrower units. If you actually highlight throw harpoon itself, it says right there it can immobilize units. So it's not necessarily the harpoon thrower as the unit that does the immobilization, it's the throw harpoon action. Like, there's a harpoon that your heroes can pick up, for example. It's an item, and that can also immobilize targets. I don't think it's a very good item, but it is an option. Also, I did notice the throw harpoon is a little more powerful than I gave it credit for. 7 physical and 7 ice, that's 14 damage. That's a pretty good amount of damage, so maybe I shouldn't have talked these guys down quite as much as I did, but I still don't plan on building any, so I stand by my race governance decision anyway to not get the thing that buffed them. Also from Chris Lighthawk, consider some 1-stat hero point upgrades. Now this one, I think, is good advice. It's not something I'm going to do right now, but there's an argument to be made here that for people like Iggy here, you can... Hey, I called him Iggy first time. I'm not even going to say the other name that I've been calling him because I don't want to confuse myself. So he's got, like, so you can see here +1 defense, +1 melee strength, +1 range strength. From a mathematical perspective, it makes a lot of sense to get these, like one of each of these, because they cost a relatively low amount and they increase your stat percentage-wise by a higher amount when your stat is lower, by a higher amount when your stat is lower to start with, if that makes sense. Going from 9 to 10 for the cost of 2 is a lot more efficient than going from well, okay, resistance, bad idea. Going for, because it costs 2. Going from 11 to 12 defense for the cost of 1 is far more efficient than going from 12 to 13 defense for a cost of 2, if that makes any sense from a mathematical perspective. That being said, in this specific instance, I'm not going to be spending any points on any of these heroes because of some of the upgrades they have coming up. Iggy is about to hit level 5 on the next level, so we can actually look and plan this out a little bit. I'm going to close this because he does have 5 points to spend, and we're going to go to good old Tome of Wonders here, search for the Rogue, and level 5. So you can see coming up, he's got Charm, which is going to cost 5, but also Moving Target, which is going to cost 5. And I want both of those things at level 5. Moving Target would be really good, especially in combination with something else Iggy can do to benefit my Theocrat, which somebody else suggested. I'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, I want both of those things at the next level. So I'm not going to worry about Iggy's base stats for now. Similarly, my Theocrat is also has a point to spend. I think it's only 1. But if you actually do the math and look at what's coming up for the hero upgrades here, with that 1 point, on the next level I will have 6, allowing me to get Aura of Resistance and Touched by Faith, which is great. This is great for gaining XP in the long run. I actually kind of would have liked to have gotten that earlier, but I didn't. But yes, I need that extra point for her next level because of the 2 things I'm planning on getting her. Now, if there are situations, I'll try to keep an eye out for situations where I can't increase their base stats because I still think that's a good idea. But yeah, for this particular case, Touched by Faith and Aura of Resistance. Also, I noticed something. I don't know if anyone understands this. This is something I've never really fully understood out of this game, or about this game, and I don't know if there's... I wish there was a way to manually set it, but you can see here, this army is being led by Zari the Vigilant. Now, I think what the game does is it's not based on level, because Zari is level 3, leading the army, whereas the Iggy the Thug is level 4. Now, this could have something to do with one of 2 things. It's possible it's the amount of hero points that they've actually spent, which actually that still doesn't even make sense, because only being at level 3 with 1, if she was level 4, theoretically she would have 6 to spend. So I don't think that makes sense. Basically, I think it might have something to do with their abilities. Like, for example, he doesn't have any abilities like that grant damage boost to his entire army, whereas she does. Or I think it's she, I can't tell. I think it's actually a guy. But Zari does. Sacred Arms gives all units in the hero's army +1 strength. So, in reality, I would actually prefer her to be the one leading the army, because it's giving everyone a spirit damage bonus to their attacks. So, I'm not sure how the game determines that. I wish it could be sent manually, but at least it's doing something I want right now, so I guess that's nice. Also from Chris Lighthawk, consider using Safeguard to lure melee units that do some fire damage into wasting time dealing minimal damage to a unit that is otherwise highly resistant, simply because they won't retaliate. So this gets a little complicated. It has to do with the battle I had back here when I did Safeguard a Mammoth. If you guys noticed, the firstborn that was right in front of that Mammoth attacked that Mammoth because the Mammoth wouldn't retaliate, despite the fact that because the Mammoth had Safeguard. So the idea here is Frostlings, you remember you talking about Safeguard, Frostlings have a natural frost or fire weakness. I think it's a 40% fire weakness by default, yeah. So imagine he's got Safeguard cast on it. If he gets +100 to all resistances, he's got 100 to everything except for fire, which he still has, he would be 60% resistant to, which to the Dwarf Firstborn meant that technically I can hit that guy, and because he has Safeguard cast on him, he won't retaliate. So the computer looks at that as free damage, when in reality it's really just wasting his turn attacking the Mammoth, because with only doing fire damage and me being 60% resistant to it when Safeguard is active on the Mammoth, still means the Mammoth is taking very little damage, and the Firstborn is basically wasting his turn attacking the Mammoth simply because he knows the Mammoth won't retaliate. When in reality, if he had gone to a different Mammoth and all the units ganged up on it, they probably could have killed it. There's ways that I can use that to my advantage if I'm more conscious about it. I think that's a great point from Chris, and something I'm going to try to keep in mind for future battles. We got to keep it moving here. We got Tarsak. Forts do not reduce vassal absorb price. So basically, this fort I put here, which is technically closer to this Frostling city than this one is, than that city is. This is not lowering the cost of anything I'm doing at this city just because it's a fort. Now, if it was a city, it would. I'll give credit to the person in the comments who pointed that out. They also tested that on their own. Cities do lower the cost, but forts do not when you're dealing with independence. Of just having a structure near them. Also from Tarsak, if Eternal City is the goal, simply building housing will still get it fairly quickly and save money for more vassals. I actually think that's a great idea. So I was working on public baths here, which is really not going to be... I really didn't want to do that. It leads to hospitals, but it's going to take a while to build. I already have the storehouse. I'm going to cancel that. I don't waste any money doing that and just go build housing. That's going to get it in 10 turns. And I'm just going to kind of let it... I'm probably going to just queue it up several times. That way I get reminded about this in a few turns. I actually need it to go for 10 turns, but I don't want to put it on infinite and then the 10 turns to expire and me to forget that I need to do something in the city. So we'll do that for 6 turns there. From Tarsak as well, speaking of vassals, I need to scout more to find more of them. That's going to take more wisps. I promise I will get more. I just need some Phantasm Warriors for this army here. They've got a lot of things that I need them to do. So I might get this Phantasm Warrior, maybe one more. I don't know. I might start summoning Wisps after this guy. The two might be enough for the purposes of what I need this army to do. The capital does not need production buildings, save money for vassals. This also from Tarsak. I agree. I actually don't think I really need to build anything in my capital right now. I could probably just save money and buy vassals. Speaking of which, the orcs out here, I should probably make peace with them because I noticed that I didn't have this clicked. So I'm just going to use some of the gold that I got from canceling that public baths to go ahead and in 3 turns I can offer them to become a vassal, which I think I'm actually going to do. I don't remember the size of their borders. I'm hoping it covers this heart structure. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that's something that this army is going to be dealing with here in a little bit. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe there is something I could spend the money on in my capital, but I'm thinking at most probably the observatory. In fact, that actually, I do need research. I do need research more than I need production right now. So I think the observatory is actually a good call. It doesn't waste too much production because I'm at 70. I think we'll do, well, actually, I kind of wanted to get the Masters Guild first, but because then I could get the observatory, and you know what, that's okay though, because I don't really need the Masters Guild for most other things, and I am actually approaching my mana cap, and I need to be spending mana or it's going to get wasted. So I am going to actually do the observatory in my capital city here. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. I do need research, especially as a sorcerer, so I think that's actually a good investment. Plus, it'll actually, getting the observatory, I forgot about this, but the city's got a while to grow, but the observatory will give it that mine. So I'll actually make that money back pretty quickly. Last thing from Tarsak, Crystal Tree and Vault of Knowledge southwest of capital would be perfect for elf archers if I can find them. I'm going to put that on the to-do list we got down here. Now, of course, I need to deal with this before it'd be safe to put anything down there, which I think this army is also going to be able to do, to be honest. But yeah, an elf city right there would be perfect. It would get that ice castle thing, and both upgrades that are useful for elf archers. Really the only 2 that are useful for elf archers. So I could be making elf longbowmen in the back of my empire. Ranged units, good ranged units would be a great complement to my other units, because that's one thing. Physical range damage is not something I really have as a Frostling sorcerer. So yeah, I think that's a great option. From Tarsak and Impregnable both, focusing SP on the Theocrat would be ideal for Convert, Divine Justicars, would be ideal for getting Convert, and then Divine Justicars for structure clearing. Basically, level up the Theocrat, point taken, I will be working on that. From Rafael Antonio Gomez Sandoval, cities do reduce city costs, so he's the person who pointed out that if this was a city, it would be reducing the cost of this. Not by much, because it's really not that much closer, but it would have an effect. And also I have missed some opportunities to give XP to heroes. Again, this gets into the details of like actual moves I could have made during battle, but he's right, I need to be more conscious about that. From Simon Shishalarm and Ivan Engel, spiritual freedom can be cast on Archon dwellings to make their units dedicated to good. This is important because Archon casters, Wraiths, and Wraith Kings would benefit from my support buffs, especially those Wraith Kings. Let's look them up here. Wraith units. So this is a long-term plan, but these guys would be freaking awesome for me to have. Now, by default, they're dedicated to evil, but if I cast that Spiritual Freedom spell from Keeper of the Peace, they would be dedicated to good instead, meaning I can still make use of Archon units, unlike what I was talking about earlier in the series when I turned down a Necro Leader. Which means that maybe if another one pops up, I should consider taking a Necro Leader. If I can find an Archon city, I think they'd be totally worth it. But yeah, could replace dedicated to evil, but imagine these guys with, on top of everything else, the ability to phase and the ability to inflict stun. That would be awesome. These would be really good units, and like a solid support melee, because they are classified as support, so they're going to benefit from those buffs. So yes, I think that is something I'll keep my eye out for, and hopefully something I'll get to put to use before the end of this series. From Anarita Bandare, best to not have ongoing research when collecting Scrolls of Knowledge if possible. Basically, this is because when you collect Scrolls of Knowledge, you get a surplus boost of mana, and right now, it's going to spend that surplus boost of mana, which you don't know exactly how much you're going to get, is I guess the point. So right now, I wouldn't know what is most efficient to devote that surplus mana to if I was, let's say I wasn't already researching Glyphs of Warding, and I know I'm getting 42 mana per turn. What he's basically saying is pick up the Scrolls of Knowledge first, and then once you know exactly how much surplus mana you have, you can then select which spell you want and maybe save a turn getting something, is the idea. Because then you can, you'll add that value and you'll be able to see what your options are in here. Whereas right now that with Glyphs of Warding already selected, I can't unselect research. Basically, I can't be researching nothing. So I have to click on, the only time you're technically not researching anything is once you've finished a research and you haven't selected another one. So that's the ideal time to pick up those Scrolls of Knowledge, if you can manage to do so. From Impregnable, teleporting Ice Queens for Ice Nova AoE stun pairs nicely with Safeguard. This is something to keep in mind for the future once I have Ice Queens, but teleporting them into the middle of a group of enemies and then using Ice Nova to break all their guard and stun some of them close by. You can then safeguard the Ice Queen right after that, so it's just a nice battle mechanic pair. Also from Impregnable, a lot of battle tips, just general strategies. Swap locations works well if used on units that can teleport back and out of danger, this was also suggested by Wayne Whitaker. Wisps are a great candidate for doing this, I think, because unfortunately Wisps are only tier 1, so they're only going to swap locations with another tier 1 unit, so the bang for your buck you get of pulling a unit out and then getting it in the middle of all your units, if you're only killing a tier 1 unit, that's not great. But like tier 2 units, like Apprentices would be good. They're tier 2, so you can maybe pull a tier 2 unit out of the enemy army and then I'll gang up and kill it. Basically, the idea is swap locations, like if I have an Apprentice with Phase, for example, swap locations on my Apprentice, which is going to swap him with a tier 2 unit in the enemy's army, but then use my Apprentice's Phase ability on the same turn to get him back out of danger, and then put him on defense somewhere probably. Or attack something if he has the opportunity. So yeah, I think that's a good idea too. And getting Draconian Apprentices soon is also important because of the AoE Fireball stun mechanic, which is why I made my Draconian Sorcerer a long time ago. I still think Draconians are my favorite Sorcerer build, with Frostlings probably being a number 2. But yeah, I'm going to have Draconians here soon, so that'll be pretty good. From Sarah Feingold and Impregnable, we're almost done, I promise. There's a lot this week. Remember that the Necro Circle is underground to the southwest, and remember that swap locations only works on units with the same tier. So I already talked about that, but then there is a Necro camp southwest of the capital here that I haven't forgotten about. Fortunately, I don't think they can actually send anything at the capital. They could harass this city, and this might have been where the Lost Souls came from. They could harass this city, but I think the thing is that city's a vassal, so they won't bother it. If I actually absorb this city, which I'm not going to do yet, then they could actually just come take it, which wouldn't be great. Also, if I remember correctly, yeah, there was another one underground here. So 2 necro camps I need to take care of before I can really properly have control over that city without risking it. Plus, there's also a bandit camp here. There's a lot of structures of spawners I need to clear before it's safe for me to absorb that city, basically. From Sarah Feingold, remember that Frozen Flames grants fire resist. That's a good point. Something I forgot about and could have maybe used against those Firstborn more effectively in the Quarry battle on the last episode. And then from Athena, Tano was the one who suggested capturing that heart structure with this, with these armies going over here and getting the heart structure near the orcs. Great point, and that's something I will do. So that's all the comments. Apologize for the lengthy intro there, but there was 2 weeks of stuff to come in. I think when I finally logged on to start going through my comments, there's like 60 of them this week, so it's getting a little crazy, but I think that there was a lot of good feedback in there, and I do appreciate that. There's nothing else that I need to do on this turn, as far as I know. I've already made some of the changes, like I wanted to make peace with those orcs and get the observatory started here. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else for me to be doing right now. So the plan here in the long run with this city is I'm going to be getting... I'm still doing the Glyphs of Warding thing. And I'm going to be pulling this army back. They're obviously not going to be able to take those eagles. But I'm going to be pulling this army back, joining them with this guy, and using them to kind of clear structures around here that whatever I can clear. It's going to take a little while to wear some of these guys down. In fact, the Node Serpents, I think, have 100% shock protection, so I can't actually kill them with Glyphs of Warding. But, like, these guys, I can wear down pretty much all the rest of those units, and then once it's down that far, then I could go in there with her and a few other units and probably deal with the Node Serpents by themselves, and I should be okay. Might need to summon one more unit to be safe, though. Ramesar offers tribute. Oh, this is good. I'm going to take the small army, please. I don't really need the mana right now. I'm kind of pushing the cap, so we'll take that. Hopefully I got... Ooh, all right. I got a Saber-Tooth Chariot out of that. That's... Oh, that is good. That is really good. Shredder, not bad, but the Saber-Tooth Chariot, I think, is the one that I'm really excited about there. Let's see here. The Wargs have night vision, don't they? So I think my plan was to send them underground. Yeah, I want them going underground. I want somebody exploring down underground so that... Oh, crap, Lost Souls. He might have to run away from them on the next turn, but for now, let's get him underground. I want to start looking for an Archon city down here. I don't know for sure what way to go. It's a little safer to explore underground, generally speaking, in my experience. Let's see, there's Hasteberries there, so I could run him down and then back and get Hasteberries. It's a little safer exploring underground because it's less likely for AI to spawn down here. I'm more nervous about exploring above ground, but I do think I still have room that I could take advantage of, so I'll be trying to do that. As for these guys, let's see, there's more Scrolls of Knowledge. Okay, so these guys aren't really going to be able to do anything. I'm going to send them up. Actually, maybe they could just go attack those. Oh, wait, no, that's not. Oh, hang on, there's two heart structures. There's a Heart of the Tropics near the Tigrans, but there's also a Heart of the Tropics near the Orcs. There's two of them. That's pretty neat. Ooh, hang on, I got an idea here. So, what if I also cast Glyphs of Warding on this city? What? Okay, hang on. Ooh, let's not click prepare to be destroyed. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Lost Souls are the main threat to these guys, right? But what if, on the next turn for this city, I bought it, and instead of moving these guys around, I kept them here to protect the city from, like, just small groups of bandits. I could use spells to help them out, maybe even give them a Phantasm Warrior. Then cast Glyphs of Warding on the city once it grew once to clear that, and then just like that, I've got a heart structure in my territory. I'll actually have two, which is going to increase my total amount of casting points because I have wild magic. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave these guys here. I think that's probably the best solution. I got really lucky there. That works out very nicely. All right, so we're back here with these guys. Now the question is, do I want to build the road that I was thinking about building? I think the answer is probably yes. Let me. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So let's see here. I want to make sure he's building the road in the spots where I want him to build the road. So we're gonna do build a road to here. Create a road on target hex. There's already a road here, okay. So actually I'm gonna cancel that. Move him, because there's already a road there, okay. I'm gonna move him here. And then build a road. Hang on, let me make sure he's the only unit selected. Okay, it's gonna get a little finicky. Build a road, and then I'm gonna have him go just like kind of straight to the west. There we go. All right, that'll help these guys all move along a little faster. They can actually get there in 2 turns now instead of 3, which is perfect. So I can move them up, and I'll have them come back and deal with that tower later, but for now, the undead is on a timer, so I'm going to take care of that first. We'll get you there. You can't quite go up there yet, but that's okay. We're going to leave the wisp there, actually, because it's possible that might lure them to come this way, which would be better if I could get them excuse me, if I can get them closer to me. So I think that army's good there for now, and this army requires orders. I took excuse me, hiccups or something. Until Glyphs of Warding is ready, I think these guys are going to need to just stay hanging out here. So I think I want this guy to join them. I'm not going to be able to take those spiders until they've got more backup. My leader's army is going to be kind of on standby for a little while. I guess what I can do is explore just a little further. I can see there's an ice palace down there. I guess, yeah, there's not really any harm in me just like kind of exploring right now. There's nothing spawning units back here, so I'll just use, because I've got to wait for Glyphs of Warding to be ready for me to cast it anyway. And then it's going to take some time to wear those units down. So there's also that stockpile of mana there that I am tempted to pick up even though I'm already at the cap. Is there anything else I can spend mana on right now? Like, I don't have terraforming. That would actually be kind of ideal under these circumstances. But I'm already spending it on Phantasm Warrior. I don't think I have terraforming. No, I don't have terraforming yet. So, unfortunately, I'm just going to have extra mana. There's no reason for me to pick that up right now. There's no benefit to it. So I'm just going to leave it there and maybe grab it later. We'll move that guy. Oh, hey, I did find something important down here. So there's a cave entrance. I think it would be worth running down there and seeing where that goes. Again, this army is not going to be able to do... Oh, wait, hang on, though. Lost souls. That's true. You know what? This guy's going to scout it out. The rest of you should probably stick together. And if nothing else, you can just sit near that city and guard it for now. Because I don't know if more lost souls could spawn. I'm just going to have him run underground and go check out where that goes. Good to know there's another cave entrance down there, though. So there's kind of like two of them. Like two different cave entrances like right in my area. Everything is working as it needs to right now. The observatory is coming along nicely. The Orc City, I will be able to make a vassal on the next turn, and I will have enough money for that. And this Tigran City, I will be able to absorb on the next turn. I might not have enough money for that, so I wonder if maybe I should take a turn and do merch. I will get some money for... Hang on, how much money am I going to get for completing this quest? A Draconian Charger or 91 gold. It's going to kind of partially depend on where those guys move. I'm going to change what the city is doing for just a bit, and we're going to do merchandise here just to get a little extra gold because I might need it on the next turn. Wait, hang on. Produce merchandise, produce. Okay, yeah, it is getting me like an extra 20. I might need that just for this turn. Because I definitely want to buy both of those cities. Well, I want to vassal this one and buy this one is what I want to do. Okay, I think that's all. I don't think I was forgetting anything for that turn. Also, when did I start this recording? It's probably like, I don't know. We're gonna say it was 20 minutes ago. That's what I'm gonna bank on. This one might go a little long. I feel like time tends to fly when I'm playing this game, so I get to having too much fun and then lose track of time. Actually, it would really help if I just paid attention when I was starting. Oh, I thought my game was going to crash there. Okay. I should probably like make an autosave or something at like the beginning of each turn. I think it saves at the end of each turn automatically, but I don't really want to sit through the end turn screen any more than I have to, so we'll try to save at the beginning. Tarsec was talking about options for what I could do in between turns because the turns might get really long in between turns later in the game. We'll see. I'll be kind of thinking about that. Okay, I thought this warg might show up. Or not the warg, the ghost. You know what? We'll have to cut this out if I remember to do so. So, manual combat. Okay, there we go. And now these guys, I think I can handle, actually. I'm gonna need... Well, we're gonna do manual combat regardless, because I always can run away if I need to. But let's do manual and see. I want to check and see if I could actually just kill them. I would rather have them dead than harassing me every turn. Let's see what we've got. We can cast a spell. I've got Safeguard, I've got Magic Fist, I've got Starblades will do it. Starblades will do it just fine. So I'm going to get Star Blades on... Well, yeah, but on this particular turn? Because I want to summon that Phantasm Warrior. On this particular turn, I think I have to run. Yeah, I think I have to run. We'll just run. Okay, that takes care of that. Well, doesn't really take care of it. They're just going to sit there harassing me for a while, but I kind of wish my vassal here would, come do something about that. Okay, so ongoing Lost Soul harassment. I guess that's nothing new. But I do have another Phantasm Warrior now that I can spawn in wherever I'd like. I want to check and see because... Alright, so first off, before I do anything, I'm going to throw down a quick save here. And then I want to check and see to make sure that these guys actually only have 2 units. Because something tells me they should have more than that. I guess we got to go across the mountains, so kind of slow everybody down. The Wisp, though, should be able to get within 1 tile, and they definitely only have 2. It's just a regular Wraith and a Revenant Infantry. So right now, these guys don't really need another Phantasm Warrior, like not right at this exact moment. I think I'm going to summon one with this army, but I don't know if I can. Okay, good, I can summon them by vassal cities. I'm just going to give them 1, and that'll let me get rid of that Lost Soul. And then I'm going to start summoning another one, and by the time that other next one is ready, these guys will hopefully be able to loop around and be ready to take out the tower or the heart structure or whatever it is they do next. So yeah, this guy is, I think, right where he needs to be, and it's part because I just don't feel like getting harassed by these guys every turn. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and just take them out now. Should have plenty of units to do it. So it says closely matched, that means it's practically a guaranteed win against these things. I hate Lost Souls so much, you guys have no idea. It's mostly just the editing, just having to go in and edit all these battles out is irritating. Okay, so if I leave him on defense, Lost Soul will come in. I want to make sure that I have 0 casting points here, so I do need to do this right. I don't have, a lot of room for error here, because I don't want to lose somebody. But if he comes in, he's going to do fairly minuscule damage to that guy. I think I'm going to try to let him take 2 hits, because he still does have that... Yeah, because I'd still rather have this guy throwing his spear at something. And then I'm going to position this guy over here, so that when he comes in, I can move pretty easily and flank attack him, because hopefully that guy comes at him from a more direct angle. This one can't quite reach, so I think that's okay. And then this guy's got the flexibility to kind of move where he needs to, I think, from here. That will work, I think. The nice thing is these guys die fast. See 1 hit there and he's almost dead. Alright. Easy battle, it's just one of those things where you don't want to make a stupid mistake. Then I can, of course, move this guy around and actually melee this one. And then reposition him on top of that, and then they've just got 1. Okay. Then you can move around, and honestly, you can just spear him. And there we go. That little nuisance is solved. Alright, so they'll be able to defend that from any wandering groups that come along, which makes this a perfectly safe city to... Oh, hang on, they've got a quest. Tell me more about it. End the Undead Scourge. Hang on a second. That's got a a saber-tooth chariot reward. Let me... Still got it. Tell me more about this quest. Okay, let me check and see what actually we're up against. 3 Revenant Infantry. Having that Phantasm Warrior out here makes this entirely possible, but I need him to heal. So I would have to back everyone off. Well, I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't really need to heal. I mean, I've got the Saber-Tooth Chariot that's tier 2. This guy is super resistant to physical, especially if it keeps his guard up, and it's just infantry coming at me. What's this? Let me check something. How much is it going to cost for me? Because I can't see how much it would cost for me to absorb the city on this turn. I can see how much this one will cost. Become a vassal under... Oh, wait, that's still one turn down the road? I thought that was this turn. Okay. Never mind. I miscounted on that orc city. So, yeah, I would really like to get this city on this turn. And I think I can do that. I just wish I had some extra casting points to help out with this battle. But I think the heal will be okay. I think I can do this. I'm going to take that. Tell you more about this quest. I'm so paranoid in these menus ever since I accidentally declared war on a Tigran ally. But yes, I do want another Saber-Tooth Chariot. I absolutely want that, so I'm going to accept. And it's just those 3 guys, so let's just go deal with them. I think this should be okay. Famous last words. Am I right? Closely matched manual combat. Hopefully this is fine. At least there's no archers in the group. I can pretty much manipulate infantry to go wherever I want them to go, so... let's see, I'm going to move the camera angle a little bit here. So, this guy's coming in. This guy, if I have my shield up, how much damage are they going to do? 3 to 5? Not much at all. So I think I'm just going to put him here. We'll lure the 2 that are in the front to attacking him, and we'll handle them very similarly to how I handled the Lost Souls. Leaving this guy in a position to flank attack, and also leaving this guy in a position to flank. It's not quite as open or easy as the last time, but I think that this will work. I'm actually going to leave this one here, I think. So they can both hit him, and that guy can't get anywhere. Okay, we're going to end combat round. Those 2 should go hit the Phantasm Warrior. He's got that shield up, which is going to help him out. Takes barely any damage. My gosh, Phantasm Warriors are amazing. Alright, now this guy is nice because I can throw that Sun Spear to flank this dude and can probably counterattack him. Now the problem is I can't kill these guys as quickly as I killed the Lost Souls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flank attack this guy with the spear. That sets, okay, good, it set him on fire. Now I can leave this guy on guard, so he's not really, this guy's not really in any danger on guard, because he's still not going to take, like, they would have to basically max roll against him, and I think he's going to kill him, but this guy I do need to deal with. So what I'm going to do is move this guy back 1, I think. And then I'm going to try to build up a charge with this guy and go straight in after that Revenant Infantry, but just from a different angle. So if I go 1, 2, 3, he can move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces because he's Tigran. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then get 2 hits in on him. That's going to slow him down quite a bit. And he... Oh man, now that Saber-Tooth Chariot's a bit in danger. But I will get a free one here if this all pans out. I'm going to throw blades at this guy. Unfortunately, he has shield. What I can do is maybe try to kill him on this turn. Let's see, if I leave their guard down, how much damage could this guy do? 4 to 6 times 3. Okay, so what I could do is I can turn him around. Okay, and then he still won't be able to kill me. And then I can maybe finish him. Yep, okay. I don't think I lose anyone here now. Everyone's going to be really beat up after this, but... Oh, they went for it on that tiger. Oh my gosh, they almost got him. Almost. Okay, I didn't realize that other one. I should have known he had a lot of extra movement, but I got away with it. I definitely want to stack the XP on these Phantasm Warriors. He's at, what, 20 out of 45? Yeah, because them when they get tireless, it's just incredible. Okay, I made it. I got out of that, barely. But I do get a Saber-Tooth Chariot for free, so I will take that. Everybody leveled up, too. And take that reward. And now these guys are definitely stacked. I don't need to worry about anything down here. So I think it's time for you to join my empire. And that gives me good points. Am I good yet? I've been doing a lot of nice stuff. I'm almost there. I'm almost to slightly good, which will allow me to start using whatever that Keeper of the Peace spell is called that gives my units meditate. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. So we're gonna, let's see, I got 187 gold. A storehouse would be nice, but I think since all I really want to do is, I think I'm gonna build housing here. I think that's got to be what I do. I'll shave a turn off there, and that'll let me get glyphs of warding on this city right when I need it, more or less. So I'll be moving you guys all into here, and take some time, chill out, and defend, and regen your health. I think you've earned it for sure. We'll have you wait one turn, and cool. Now I wasn't expecting to really have solidified control over that city this soon, so that's actually really nice. Select a skill to research. Okay, so I don't have any scrolls I'm going to be picking up on this turn. Do you guys have? Okay, they're out of movement for this turn. The builders still got some movement. I might finish that road later. That was mostly just to help them get to where they were going faster. So I think for now, I'll probably actually I need to leave the builder kind of near these guys because he's eventually maybe needed to build a fort somewhere. Near a heart structure or something. So, but whatever it is, they're gonna have to clear it for him. And I don't really think I need roads. Like, I could build roads between my cities here, but right now I kind of want to hang on to the gold, I think, rather than building too much infrastructure everywhere. So I think, yes, for now, the builder can just kind of stay with them, I think is fine. They can protect it. Let's see, what skills can I research? Rally the populace. I should probably go ahead and get spiritual freedom now, because it won't be long before I can start making use of that. Like I said, I'm almost to good, so let's go ahead and pick that up. And I can cast Glyphs of Warding. Oh crap, Glyphs of Warding, actually I have to take time to cast, so I can't summon Phantasm Warriors. I'm going to abort that spell and see how long it would take to cast Glyphs of Warding. 2 turns. It's only 40. I'm going to go ahead and get that up on the cities that need it, because there's like the sooner I get that, like the sooner I can get, especially that trading post, which is an extra 20 gold. I really need gold, so we're going to have a little bit of a mana surplus on this turn. There's nothing I can do about that, aside from intentionally spending mana on something in here, which probably, you know what, maybe a laboratory? Hang on. We could spend mana on a lab. It doesn't help me get Eternal City faster, but it does keep me from going over my mana cap of 500. Whoa, wait, the mana cap's now 600, because I got Sorcery 1. Okay, that's good. So I don't think I wasted any yet, but I still need to be spending it. I'm probably going to go ahead and get the lab. It's relatively cheap. I can almost do that in 1 turn, though. That's the frustrating part. Oh well, there's nothing for it. I'm just going to get it anyway, because I need to be spending that mana and making sure it doesn't go overboard. And I really need all the research I can get right now. I still think it'll be pretty easy for me to get Eternal City here anyway, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, this warg is the one being hounded by the Lost Souls. I'm going to get those haste berries and go northwest with him. But for the moment, okay, well, there's treasure, but it's probably guarded by stuff. Let's see, that's 3 moves, and that's 4 for him to move there, so I need to remember to count these spaces out. Okay, he can't get that. He's still got plenty to get back. I think he can go here, and then, okay, now I probably should start counting. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 16. If I can move probably 1 more, I think. Yep, I think that's as far as I can go. Oh, there is a city down here, though. Okay, well, never mind. It's probably worth it to meet that city, so... Yeah, he was just going to go for that. You meet the outpost of Ulhinthep. You know what? I'm rethinking what I was thinking about the library, because now I probably need to make peace with these guys. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Open borders, sign peace treaty. Let me know when you're ready to talk. All right, so now I'm at a point where I need to make sure I have enough to sign peace with the orcs on the next turn, which means that I'm gonna layer back up and go to the Frostling City and actually cancel this and just do housing on this turn. This basically should guarantee I have enough to absorb the orcs as a vassal on the next turn. I just want to make sure I have enough to do that. I wasn't anticipating finding another city down here. Now that I've got that, those guys can't make it back up. There's more mana down here, again, that I don't really need. Let's explore... Let's keep exploring this way, I think. Would be nice if I could find some pickups. Again, not really mana what I'm looking for, but gold would be really nice. And unfortunately, this army is just kind of on standby here for the moment. I guess they could explore a bit more. There's no harm in that, as long as I don't venture too far from the capital. They can handle any wandering lost souls that might show up. So I just want to make sure I'm within a turn of the capital, is all. There's a lot of just open nothing up there. Alright, and then this guy can continue underground where I can mark this. And there's another city down here. Okay. Meet the outposts of Lord? Oh, it's goblins. Okay, good. Again, let's open borders, sign peace treaty. See, now I actually might not be able to get the orcs on the next turn anyway. Hang on, we'll see. I do have that quest that I'm going to finish for the undead. Meeting lots of new friends, which is good. That's exactly what I want to be doing. In fact, now I'm slightly good, so that getting that spiritual freedom up and running is going to be good. Okay. I wish I knew how much that orc city is going to cost, because I don't think it tells me until the time comes. I think what I'm going to do is actually switch the city now to merchandise. That one's still finishing up its observatory. So we'll just take the extra money for this particular turn and end the turn. Yep, we are good. We're good. It's a lot of changing plans because you meet that many new cities, like a whole bunch of new cities all at once. You gotta be able to fork over money to make some new friends. Money does buy friendship in Age of Wonders 3. Alright, well, at least that mana cap. I hate it when I'm wasting mana. It won't be... Eventually, I'm going to be, like, scrounging for mana. Because as I summon more and more units and cast more spells, like, I'm just going to need it that much more. But for the time being, like, having the surplus, I just want to make sure I'm using it on something and it's not being wasted. The problem is trying to find the right balance between using it on something just for the sake of not wasting it, whereas, like, there's probably still times where it would be better to do something else anyway and just let it go to waste. So trying to make that decision can be difficult. This is going to give me a little more flexibility, though, now that my capital has grown, gets an extra gold mine, and I think I'm going to throw that back on produce merch. Actually, the capital, having grown now, has now 75 production, which is nice because it opens up more opportunities for what it can do in one turn, like a shrine, for example, whenever I want that. But for now, I think I want merchandise in the capital. Gold is an ever-ongoing issue, it seems. Hopefully, I can now get the orcs. Oh, they were only 97 gold. That wasn't so bad. So I'm going to say become a vassal under my protection. And then make sure it says let me know when you're ready to talk. Okay, good, good, good. So sure, that's great. A little bit more extra income. I don't think I'm going to bother building a fort on this structure because I'm going to have this one before long too. Oh great, more lost souls. You guys just stay in the city, you'll be fine. I guess that's why they're there, is to protect it from that crap. Forged an alliance with the outpost of Cabalg. Okay, great. And alignment change to slightly good. And Cabalg can discuss alliance proposal in 5 turns. By that point, I'll need enough units to hold it, or I'll need to clear out nearby spawners. So we'll exit that for now. We do have the undead to take care of here to make the Draconians happier with me. And actually, once I do this, I might take the money for this rather than the charger that it was going to give me, because once I've got that taken care of, and let's see, who's got the most movement? Whoever has, like, I actually don't know who has the most in this particular circumstance, because that's a base movement of 6, and floating doesn't help with forests as far as I know. So anyone with forestry, I think really the unit with the most movement would do best here. Probably just do Iggy. So very likely victory. I'll go ahead and we'll manual this one. This is probably one I could auto, but I want to be on the safe side. We'll see what I get from this, because depending on the amount of gold offered, I might take the gold just so I can then turn around and vassal the city. Alright, so who do you want to come in and attack? Probably somebody with just a big health pool, so most likely a mammoth. Yeah, I'm going to say a mammoth. I'd rather have Zari. You know what? What I could do is, let's see, which mammoth is not gold rank? I'd rather have him take the hit. So move Zari here. That guy can move really far. I'm gonna move the mammoth here. Move this guy here. Move Zari here. And Ironheart that mammoth. That's the one that's gonna take the hit. I want to get these guys just out of his range, as well as Iggy. Caught myself that time. And okay, that looks good to me. That Revenant Infantry can't hit anything, so we'll just set up like this. It's the most efficient possible. Also, doing stuff in tactical combat does allow me to stack XP on my heroes. Like, for example, Zari here can now absolutely murder that poor Wraith. Get a decent amount of XP while doing so. And maybe what I can do is I'm gonna try to soak up some of that infantry's movement, so Zari can hopefully get him too, because I really do want to stack XP onto Zari. So what I'll do is put him here, and then I could either attack him or just move and let him hit me. But I think I'm gonna attack him, just to take away one of his movement. Alright, then he'll probably strike back. He won't do much damage. We can get the mammoth out of here. And Zari's on defense, so he shouldn't go after her. I can maybe, let's see, I could shoot poison darts at him with Mogwai. Just plink at him and get little bits of XP. The regular darts actually do less damage, which is what I want in this circumstance. Oh, never mind the... Well, it's okay. I don't mind those guys getting XP either, because again, tireless at gold rank, but I kind of wanted Zari to finish that off. Okay, let's see. Can I see how much... Nope, I can't see. Do I want to take the Draconian Charger, or do I just want to take the money? I'm going to sell for the money. Oh wait, but they give me a peace treaty. Am I selling the peace treaty or just the Charger? I'm going to have to take the reward in this case. Because I think I don't want to sell the peace treaty. Okay, this actually works out fine, because I get the peace treaty basically for free, and then it's 3 turns until they become a vassal. And I get a charger, so that actually was the right call. Some of you might have been screaming at your monitors there. I have that effect on people. Okay, still got about 10 minutes for this episode, so I think we can carry on. What next for these guys? So there's stuff I want to clear, but also there's stuff I need to clear down here too. I think what we'll do is send everyone back through the mountains, because I want that tower, and then I just want to move straight west. Is the tower really necessary, though? Or could I get that later? I think the tower could come later. I don't think it's really necessary, although it would be a nice source of XP. But I think this tower is actually a bit more important. And then getting out here and helping clear all this stuff. What am I missing, though? I'm also missing the opportunity to clear this, which this army is actually probably strong enough to do now. Yeah, I think, okay, since they're going to go down for this anyway, I'll probably just go through the mountains and clear the tower as well. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright. So they can go... Would it be faster to go around, or would it be faster to just go through the mountain pass? I think it would be faster to just go through the mountain pass. Plus, Iggy can also make it through the mountain pass. This Wisp, now that it's more or less done its job, is going to go out scouting. Because we have a charger... Oh, good. Well, there's already something nice. We have a charger here to join with this army, which is better than the Wisp. So he can actually... You know what? Let's... take the free exploration. Okay, he does only use 4 movement in the forest, so I guess floating does help with that. I didn't think it did. Okay, we'll explore as much that way as we can, then come back, pick this up, then go here, get the refugee camp. It gave something to Emmerdal, capital probably, yep. Didn't make much of a difference, it's still got 11 turns before it grows. And then let's just head north, I guess. Oh, there's another city up here. Okay, well, maybe we can make even more friends, more Draconians, it looks like. 85 gold? Yeah, let's do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just need money, like, all over the place now at this point. And let's head this way. Alright, we'll stay on the water, too, because sometimes there's gold pickups in the rivers. So that's something that Wisp can kind of be working on. Let's see, as far as you go, how do I want to build the road around here? Think, or do I even really want to mess with the road at all right now? You know what? I need gold more than roads right now. So, again, you can just chill and stay near that army that can protect you. They should be able to get... Okay, they can get to that tower on the next turn, so that's good. Select production for Borndal here. Should I go back to building housing? I certainly can't make a laboratory now because now I'm out of gold. It's going to be housing or merchandise. Probably should really do merchandise in this circumstance. And I need merchandise in my capital too. I need just everybody to be making merch right now. Hopefully this guy can find a gold pickup. That would be really handy right now. Let's just move one space at a time. Nope, plenty of mana friggin' everywhere that I don't need right now. But no gold. I can follow this tunnel and see where it goes. He's kind of going off on a wild goose chase in a direction that I didn't actually intend for him to go, but I suppose that's okay. I can move my hero. You know what? From this point, I can kind of scout with multiple independent units. I would like to figure out where those... Oh, wait, no, they did come from there. That was where the Lost Souls came from. I would really like to clear that, but I need more Phantasm Warriors for this group to be able to do that. Alright, well, as long as the Lost Souls aren't showing up, what I can do is... Because you've got Arctic Walk. There's another city, okay. I actually simply cannot afford all of these things, so we're going to move like this. More Frostlings, we'll negotiate... And, okay, they're going to give it to us for free. I got super lucky there. Okay, let me know when you're ready to talk. Fine. I need money like crazy right now. This structure needs to be cleared ASAP, I think. 36 movement. I think I can loop her up and around and kind of back down. Let's see, he's got 18. I could go one more this way. And there's a Vault of Knowledge up there, as well as a Spring of Life. Okay. Handy for elf. That's good. Would be nice for elves. Could make griffins there, and could be cool. Let's go down like this angle. And leave my units here. Again, within range of my city to defend if they need to. Okay. Army requires orders. Okay, that's the guy who went underground. He can actually work on stuff. I think I'm just going to leave him underground to scout. He's not the best underground scout because he doesn't have night vision, but, well, on second thought, I think he needs to come back up because he would actually be kind of nice to have in my leader's army right now. So, yeah, he's going to come back up. I'll send like a wisp or something down there eventually. But right now, she sort of needs units. And considering I'm trying to cast everything on Glyphs of Warding, I need more spellcasting points too. Man, I just need everything. The one thing I don't need, ironically, is mana as a sorcerer. Domain invasion at Raminar, I believe that. Okay, there's the next group is coming in at me. We're just going to let them come. I'll end the turn here. Holy God, look at all these city meetings. This is so great for a Keeper of the Peace. Okay, we're gonna, I'm actually gonna do a quick save just for my own peace of mind. We'll end the turn here, and then we'll probably need to wrap this episode up, but we'll at least go to the next turn. We've got that one Lost Soul battle to do, so I kind of want to get that out of the way, because these guys are gonna chase. Okay, Glyphs of Warding is ready, and it is going to go on the big Frostling City immediately, so that I can clear that dang, whatever this, trading post, this thing. I really need that money so badly right now. It's like, it's funny because, like, you get these plans in your mind for what you want to do with your cities. Like, for this one, I was like, oh, it's just we're gonna go for Eternal City. But then, like, all these other things happen that sort of change what you're thinking the best option is for that city at this time. It's one of the reasons why I love this game so much. Okay, so we can manual this, and, should have no trouble with this. I just have to be careful with this saber-toothed chariot here, keep him out of harm's way, but the rest shouldn't be a big deal. I'm gonna lure them into attacking the Phantom Warrior again. Not necessarily because he's the best at tanking damage from them, but because he's probably the better unit to have retaliating, since the other guys have charge and stuff like that. I hope they stop attacking me for a few turns, though. This army has seen plenty of combat. Alright, so I'm going to move this guy here, and move this guy here. He can then move and throw shredder things at will. I'm going to have this guy stand here, and this one here, just out of range of these guys. And then the one in the back, no, we're not going to worry about him yet. Alright, got a crit on one of them, that's good. That lets me move this guy up. Pretty easy kill there. Actually, probably should have done that with the other guy, because now these guys can both come throw spears, and then just charge in. Easy pickings. Alright, could you please stop harassing that group? Like, this Phantasm Warrior, I mean, he has put in some work for this army. Uh-oh, did it freeze? I think it might have frozen. Oh, I got lucky. Okay. Man, this game feels more and more unstable. Glyphs of Warding ready to cast. Oh, we have shooting stars, everyone. All the units are lucky. Isn't that what Bob loves? Ah, it's like having halflings everywhere. Wonderful. Okay, well, you know what? I think this is a fair enough, good enough stopping point. You know what? Before I forget, let's go ahead and do my Glyphs of Warding here and get that going. So it can start wearing down those units. Close. And, how do I need to get Glyphs of Warding on this city? How long before that grows? One turn. Yes, we need it for that city too, so... Glyphs of Warding, cast again. We'll have it ready to go on the next turn when the city's borders expand. So everything is going well in that regard. And yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. So I hope you enjoyed watching that one. Like I said, with the webcam, hopefully it worked for this episode. If not, I'll have to mess around with some stuff. But if it didn't work for this episode, it's not going to work for the next two. So, but yeah, I will. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I feel like this was a pretty good episode. We made a lot of progress, met a lot of people. So we'll just have to keep an eye out on all those notifications from these cities that I'm meeting. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. There will be another episode coming out right after this one, and then another one after that this week. So this is the first of 3 episodes for this week. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Schmonglefan, Tarsak, and Tibby and Army. Thanks so much, everybody.